disastrous Kemi Badenoch really getting any better at PMQs? Well, yesterday it did seem to look to have got off to a decent start for our Kemi Badenoch when she got this dig in.
Mr. Speaker, perhaps the Prime Minister knows something I don't know. There's only one hospital in my constituency.
All the best for start, Sir Keir. Now, things might be looking up for our culture warrior Kemi Badenoch, and she might be actually turning the corner. Well, I'd say that's as far as it went, because she then asked about a tweet from Starmer about the economy is improving. Well, the Prime Minister talked up about why he said the economy is improving by talking about 500,000 new jobs since the election last year, 30,000 new jobs building submarines, and as well as this sizable announcement the day before that will create a further 10,000 jobs, all the while criticising Badenoch for carping from the sidelines. Well done, Kemi. And to be fair, he did have a point. That's all she does, really. But then she takes it to an all-new level after Keir Starmer brought up a certain PM beaten by lettuce.
Mr. Speaker, she's obviously missed the interest rate cuts, the growth figures for earlier this year, the huge, the strategic defence review, local transport, £15 billion going in, free school meals, Sizewell, social housing. Mr. Speaker, but she stands there to lecture us, and I say Liz Truss is obviously back in vogue, advising reform officially now, haunting the Tories, and I remind her that the Shadow Home Secretary, I think he was then Chief Secretary to the Treasury, he gave the Liz Truss budget, Mr. Speaker, 9.5 out of 10. The Leader of the Opposition said what was wrong with Liz Truss's budget was not necessarily the package, that was all right, it was the way it was sold. They've learned absolutely nothing.
Kemi Badenoch.
Mr. Speaker, he loves talking about Liz Truss because he loves talking about Liz Truss. Why? Why? Because he wants to hide from his own economic record. He's a coward. He's a coward. Every time he stands up there and talks about Liz Truss, it's because he is scared about talking about his record and what is happening to the economy out there. Let's bring it back to the U-turn, which he's running away from. A U-turn on a policy that his MPs went out defending time and time again. Let's go through what's happening here. 1 minute, they said it was right to take the winter fuel payment away, that there might be a run on the pound. The next minute, they said it was right to give it back. This is laughable. He stands there all puffed up and self-righteous. Why can't the Prime Minister just admit that he made a mistake?
Mr. Speaker, they left a £22 billion black hole that we had to fill, and that's why we took the right decisions. We've stabilised the economy. That's why we've seen 4 interest rate cuts. The triple lock is committed to on this side. They say it's unsustainable on that side. That's £470 for most pensioners and good Q1 growth. 3 weeks ago, I said that I wanted more pensioners to be eligible for winter fuel. I'm really pleased. We set out the threshold and the certainty that is needed. And she says I don't want to talk about my record. What about free trade deals, record investment, free school meals, breakfast clubs, social and affordable housing, defence review, Sizewell? We could go on all morning, Mr. Speaker, but we've got the Chancellor who's going to say even more in a minute. Mr. Speaker, I think she at the weekend said that she would be getting better in the role. She could start with apologising for the Liz Truss budget. That would be better.
Mr. Speaker, I get better every week. He gets worse. Yes, he gets worse. Last week, Mr. Speaker.
If you say so, Kemi, look at Mel. Baby step stride, though, wagging his finger. Great line, Rachel Reeves. Clearly saying, just you wait, Prime Minister, you won't be taking things in your stride. When I take over from this half-wit, you'll soon be feeling my wrath and soon be babbing your pants when I become the leader of the opposition. You mark my words. Now, let's be honest, she's an idiot though, isn't she? She's getting irate for the fact that he's bringing up the Tory kryptonite that is Dizzy Lizzie's mini-budget because she thinks he doesn't want to talk about what's been going on since they've been in office. All the while, He's listing off their achievements while at the same time reminding the public of their unwavering love for still wanting, as well as refuck do. They would do all that again. Kemi, that's what he's supposed to do. That's politics. Now, if Angela Rayner was waving her arms around from the dispatch box like this, the Tory rags would be tearing into her as being unhinged, and clearly those plebs from up north are unfit for high office. But because our Kemi Badenoch went to private school, it was playing to the crowd and grandstanding to inspire future women to get into politics. But only if you went to the right schools, though. Well, she then continued to carp from the sidelines about how the country's gone to the dogs since Labour took over from Tory austerity, since we decided to place economic sanctions on ourselves and then we let a complete Fruit Loop crash the economy. Yes, according to our Kemi, the seas are now boiling, the skies have turned black, it's raining frogs and now cats are chasing dogs. It's mass hysteria since Labour took over from 14 years of Tory austerity. And she then finished off with this zinger.
Isn't the truth that we have got the wrong Chancellor and the wrong priorities?
The wrong choice they made was making her leader of the opposition.
There you have it, my friends. All her grandstanding destroyed by one single killer line. He didn't have to say anymore because, let's be honest, he's not wrong, is he? She's so bad at this that she makes someone who's absolutely dog dirt at this look like a grandmaster performer, I suppose. Charisma personified, and she has the arrogance to say that she's getting better at this and speaks the truth. Also, I have to say, Kemi, will you shut the fuck up about the Shago deal as well? It's not hitting the mark. Nobody gives a shit about it enough to really care. So much so, when was the last time you saw Clacton's In Action Man speak about it? Move on. Most people have. And let's be honest here, she's not getting any better, is she? She's just getting worse. And the thing is, though, for me, the people who do suffer the most is the public. And because the only ones at the moment who are really holding the government to account with only 2 questions is the Lib Dems. Shame, really, because that's what we need, isn't it? A good, strong opposition. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and I shall bid you farewell and take care, my friends.